Okay, so this is John Ashmore. I'm part of the uh, mission team at the church here. And this morning we're going to talk with Beth Sheets, and she's the executive director of the Pregnancy Center. So Beth, how does this Pregnancy Center work?
Well, first, I want to say thank you for having me. And also, I feel like everyone at Jacksonville Pres has amazing accents.
Oh,
And I feel a little left out that I don't have a cool accent like you
right.
guys
Okay. Well,
do. So the Pregnancy Center, we are a center, first of all, dedicated to serving women in our community who find themselves unexpectedly pregnant. So we don't ask for they don't have to be married or single or poor or anything in the middle. There's no qualification other than you think you might be pregnant or you're already parenting a small baby up to a year-old. And so all of our services are designed to help women make healthy life affirming choices. And so from pregnancy tests to ultrasound to our parenting classes, that's the whole point, is that we're trying to help women and men live healthy, life affirming lives.
So let's say my girlfriend's pregnant and we only just found out. Then what do we do?
Ooh, I would say let's go talk to your pastor, since I'm talking to you on a church. No, then we would schedule an appointment for a pregnancy test and an ultrasound with our nurses. And we can do ultrasounds really early, usually much earlier than a doctor's office can do them. And we're doing three things at those ultrasounds. We're confirming life, that there is a baby there and that it is alive, that it's in the right place in the uterus, and then that it has a heartbeat, meaning it's actually alive. So those are the three things that we're looking for. We're not checking for gender. We're not checking for anything else. And so once we know that all of those things are true, the baby's alive, it's in the uterus, and how old it is, then we'll meet with them about what they're thinking, what their fears are, what their concerns are, and we find out how we can support them from that point forward.
Okay, so whereabouts are you located?
We're located on the east side of town, directly behind Walmart and Lowe's.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. So what about some success stories with your operation?
I think my favorite one is John and Allison. So John and Allison came to us originally with their first pregnancy. They were a married couple. It didn't work. It wasn't a good fit with their mentor that they were assigned. They came back to us when they got pregnant with their second. John's a really big guy. He also has a really cool accent. He's from Chicago. And they stayed with us through their third pregnancy and child as well. They went through every class, every program. When COVID was happening and the guys, the husbands and boyfriends weren't allowed to attend classes with the women, John would drive his wife to the classes and he would sit out in the car with the girls. And so I went out and chatted with him one day. I said, John, why did you do this? Like, literally, he's probably 6'4", 300 pounds. He's a really big guy, really manly man, and I said, why did you do this? Why did you come here and meet with us women? And he said, I have to tell you something. My life is 100% different because of my contact with the pregnancy center. He said, we're not wealthy, but my family's out of debt. We've paid off the car. I've learned how to love my wife. I am engaged with my daughters, all three of them. And so I stopped him. I said, wait a minute. What do you mean you're out of debt? Like, we don't even do that. We have one lesson on how to make a budget, And he's like, well, I took that lesson and I took it to heart. And then I connected with the Dave Ramsey organization and I worked the program and I got my family out of debt and paid off our car. And we've never, and he said, and it was because of you guys that happened in our lives. So anyway, John's awesome and his story is fantastic, but he and Allison, their life forever changed because of our little center here and the parenting classes and the lessons that we have available.
So what sort of a staff do you have there?
We have 11 paid staff members between nurses and fundraisers and then the people who work directly with the clients. Then we have about 25 volunteers. So these are mentors and people who run the Forgiven in the Post-Abortion Recovery Program, the people who run the New Moms Club, program. So, so yeah, we're 11 paid staff and about 25 volunteers.
Yeah, that sounds great. What
Yeah.
about long-term goals? Do you expect to be expanding or how?
Yes, that's
Mhm.
a great question. In fact, because this year, starting May 5th, 1 week from now, starting May 5th, we are beginning an Earn While You Learn program just for dads. So it's going to be taught, facilitated by men. The curriculum that we're using was written by men. And it's a way to help men understand their role in the family and stay connected, even if they're not in a romantic relationship with their baby's mother, to understand the role of the man in the family and staying connected with their children. Um, and there's a lot of classes about co-parenting if it's a divorce and a remarriage situation. So we have that program led by men starting next week. We're super excited about it. And then, of course, we have our van that goes out into the community. And we're really looking into ways that we can expand that program and how to make that van more accessible to more people.
Wow, that sounds really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, what about the nuts and bolts of the drive that we're going to have here shortly? How would
Well, you
you
guys
manage?
are pretty familiar with it. Here, I'm going to grab one. So I keep one here in my office for my when I go get a coffee and I have spare change. I drop it in here. You guys have done this every year. We love that. We love coming out to Jacksonville Pres. The Everybody who wants to can take a bottle. Just know we've sanitized them, we've wiped them down. They'll be as germ free as we can make them anyway. And take them home, filling up with your spare change or your cash or a check. All of them fit in here. Bring them back to the church. We'll collect them. And then at the end of the drive, which is usually 3 or 4 weeks from now, we'll get back to Pastor with a total of how much you guys have raised for the center. And that money just it rolls into our general fund so we can keep funding these programs for the
So,
women.
so typically we have two services, and
Yeah.
we hand the bottles out mostly during the first service or at the beginning of the second service. So we'll have bottles with hopefully with money in them the first week after we do that.
Right.
So
So
would you?
those people can take another bottle home and fill up another one if they want.
Yeah, all right. but would you? Would it be you that's collecting the bottles?
It will be not necessarily me. It might be me. It might be Susie, who's our development coordinator, or one of our board members. It just depends on the Sunday, because this is baby bottle season. So I'm actually speaking at a different church every Sunday this month.
Mhm.
So I won't always be me. Sometimes it'll be someone else.
Okay, so we could coordinate with whoever it is to
Yeah.
collect these bottles at a certain time on Sunday.
Right.
Probably
Yeah. They'll be there by the end of your
two
service.
services.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Now, is there something that we can pray for you that you particularly is on your mind?
Yeah. If you guys could pray for the DADS program and the launching of the DADS program. That's new, brand new for us. We've never done it before. And
What's the program called again? The
it's called DADS Earn While You Learn.
DASH?
And uh, DADS EWYL, Earn While You Learn is the name of
Oh,
the
earn
Mhm.
while you learn.
Learn. Yeah. So basically they're earning daddy dollars, fake
Mhm.
money that we give them, um, for learning parenting skills and relationship skills.
Oh,
So and everything we do is free. So these classes, the only commitment they have is to show up, and just by being there, they'll earn diapers and wipes and maybe a diaper bag, or who knows, who knows what I think with the dads, we're going to do some gas gift cards and things like that they can earn as well. So,
very good.
yeah. So if you would pray with us about that program, that it
Sure.
goes well. And we are looking for another man. Right now, we only have one male facilitator. We're looking for a second man to come alongside him and help us facilitate that program in an ongoing way, so that we can have more dads involved. Right now, we have 7 men signed up to participate. But every day we see new clients and we invite those men to join the program. So that's a big need. And we're going to be hiring a couple new staff members within the next 2 or 3 months. So praying for that process as well.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Well, thank you. Well, you'll certainly be in our prayers.
Thank you very
Right.
much. We appreciate that.
Right.